Hello, my name's Simon Moore and I'm the CTO of Puku Limited, a New Zealand company, and I'd like to share with you some design work that we've done to solve the leaking oil problem in the Gulf of Mexico. To the side of some slides you'll see some notes. I'll let you read those at your leisure. Now what we've done is we've created 3 proof of concept videos and put them on YouTube. Briefly, what they are is a person being supported and 2 cars having a tug of war and a car pulling against a tree. And the common detail is that the forces are being resisted via the compression of a helical form. In fact, a plastic slinky toy within a tube. Now this is obviously very, very light in form and in material strength, but nevertheless it delivers an amazing ability to resist an applied force. So I'd invite you to have a look at those 3 videos. That will help illustrate the principle very well that we're working with here. Now one of the main things that we've got working in our favour is that the use of this technology is particularly suitable to minus 5,000 feet. And indeed, as you'll see on this slide, there are 4 steps which in fact can be entirely undertaken before anything is taken below the sea level. And 3 steps that happen below the sea level. And the advantage here is even those steps that occur at minus 5,000 feet are somewhat more automatic than you would normally expect. So basically what we're doing is we are creating a helical form and we're winding it so that it's small enough to be put in a tube at minus 5,000 feet. And then we're releasing it and allowing it to do what a spring does, and that is unwind and get bigger. Now if that spring is particularly strong, I think our plastic slinky suggests that it can resist an amazing force. And of course that is the challenge down there, minus 5,000 feet and a very, very large force. Now what we've got here is an animation, and I'll just explain things as we run through it. So this represents the BOP structure on the sea floor. And the yellow represents the end of the oil pipe which we need to connect to. Unfortunately, the top of the oil pipe is now pretty roughly cut. So our approach is not to connect to the top of it, not to seal to the top of it, but to connect and seal to the inside. So this green part here is the key detail. It's a helical form, slender, made slightly oversized to the inside of the pipe. The blue is a supporting structure, something that the green can be locked against. Now these 2 are taken down to the bottom of the sea and inserted into the pipe using gravity, and then there's a helical unwind function that occurs. Now the animation unfortunately does not show the helical deformation occurring of the green. Nevertheless it would be. It would be simply unwinding as a spring or a helical form will want to do when you remove a pin. So this is what it looks like inside. Now as you can see, fairly slender in the wall. Helical forms can be particularly strong, and we're delivering the force over a large surface area on the inside of the pipe. So you can see that the lock area here, and indeed the seal areas, are particularly great. A valve would be attached to the right, of course, either for shutting off the oil flow, or possibly for merely taking the oil and gas to a ship overhead. I won't run through these, but there are some very definite advantages to a helical jam design, in particular relating to its self-locking character. I'll leave you to read these at your leisure. But we have addressed some of the frequently asked questions, some of the problem questions that people have put forward to us. So I will talk to these for a moment. So can a helical jam work with a very high load? Well, our plastic slinky suggests so. And in particular, what we've got is a servo locking character. So basically, as the oil is flowing through, it'll seek to shorten the helix and lock it even more. But it can be additionally locked, other than its helical unwind, by using some sort of hydraulic actuators. I won't go into that at the moment. Well, it can be inserted into a high pressure oil flow because it's substantially hollow. And of course the large weight that would be above, that would enable the insertion, would also need to be hollow, as indeed the valving would need to be open. Now, the third point in the frequently asked questions is that we can fit this to a compromised oil pipe. We don't really care about that ragged top edge. We basically are just locking over a distributed area to the inside surface of the pipe. Quite a different approach to what others have proposed. Well, that's about it. Puku has been working in helical form, self-locking mechanisms, friction, elasticity, for some time. So we believe that what we've presented here is very sensible and can be implemented at that difficult location, minus 5,000 feet. I would like to point out that what has been presented in this video is really just one version, and there are many, many other versions that could be talked about. Thank you for your time.